Today we're gonna tackle a Frigidaire brand refrigerator ice maker. Typically in that brand, the ice maker is located on the top left corner of the refrigerator. Top left corner would be in here. There are some other models in which you would see the ice maker located on the top left corner of the freezer too, and this should be the ice tray. And on these ice makers, you also have a sensor that detects whenever the ice is made on the cubes, and usually once ice is made, it gonna go to the harvest mode, in which this trays would spin, drop the ice, and then more water gonna come in to start a new batch. This ice maker has a shut-off arm, which is located right here, and when the ice level reaches a certain amount, it's gonna push this arm up, and that will stop the production of ice. So in case you might have this arm stuck up, might not go down, that will stop the production of ice. The easiest way to tackle that is just to lower it down if it's not stuck. You can also resolve some of the problems using the display, which is usually located on the front section of your refrigerator, right above the dispenser. The display typically looks like this. You have the temperatures in here, and you have the options. So you can hit the option button and choose the second option, which is the ice maker, to turn it on and off in some models. You can also do more problem solving from the display too. You can hit these two buttons. This button, that is the arrow up option, and this plus sign button together for 10 seconds. When you press them again together and hold it for 10 seconds simultaneously, it will put the ice maker on a diagnostic mode. And there is 5 tests you can do on the diagnostic mode. The first one is the thermistor, which is this part of the refrigerator. You can test it out. What would happen when you put the refrigerator on the ice maker diagnostic mode is this area gonna turn to 52°C, and you're gonna see the actual temperature inside the ice maker in there. And if you see, for example, P showing up, that will indicate that your thermistor is open, and that means that part might have to be replaced, which is the thermistor. And if you get a temperature like a reading, let's say 31 or 0, for example, that means your thermostat is probably working and is detecting the actual temperature. The other thing you can test is the water valve. The water valve is a little more involved. That one, you probably would see it at the back section of the refrigerator. And what the function of the water valve is to bring the water into the ice maker. The way to troubleshoot that is you're gonna press the set button, which is this button, and the way to reach that test is after you reach 52, you have to press the plus sign on your display. The plus sign, which makes this 52, which is in that area, change to 55, which is the water valve test. But then you hit this button, which is the set button, and you should see the water coming in to the ice maker. The other thing you can test is the evaporator fan, and you also do the same thing you did to reach the water valve. You press the plus sign one more time, you automatically you're gonna skip 52 and 53. You're gonna reach 57. You hit the set button again, and with change this area from OF, which is off, and to ON, which is on. You probably would hear the Icemakers fan too. If you see OF not changing, and OF not changing to ON, that means probably the fan has an issue. There might be a lot of problems with the fans. The motor might be bad, the blades might be stuck. You can also check out the sensor or test the sensor of the Icemaker. And when you test out the sensor, there is two things that might happen, or actually one thing if you can consider it. The first one would be the rotation of this part and of the Icemaker, and you can actually see that the Icemaker goes in what we can call also a harvest mode. If you have an ice in there, let's say if you had an ice already, and while you put it in test mode, you're gonna put it in the harvest mode, you're gonna make that tray spin. And the way you achieve that is you're gonna follow the same step by hitting that plus button until you get to 58. Then you do not press set this time, you remove the ice bucket, and then you should be able to see the Icemaker spinning. The other thing you can test is a tray, and you do the same thing that you did before by pressing the plus button until you see 63 reaching up in there, and this area would show the number 2. There's two steps you're gonna do here. The first step is you're gonna hit the set button, and the second step is you're gonna remove your bucket. And once you remove your bucket, you should see that changing to 1, and you're also gonna see good on your display too. Typically on side-by-side refrigerators, you might see some different type of Icemakers not similar to that, and these Icemaker also have an easier test. On this test, what you have to do is press this button down here, which is number 1, and you hold it for 15 seconds. Once you press that for 15 seconds, you're gonna see these arms are spinning, and if the arms fail to spin, you would know that you have a problem with the Icemaker spinning too. Also, you have the shut off arm here that does the same functionality. When the ice reaches a certain level, it can push it up, stop the production. You'd be able to see the water flowing in that section too after the end of your a manual test mode, which also, as you said, you achieve it by pressing the 1 button for 15 seconds. If you have any questions about Frigidaire, Icemakers, or any other questions about any problems with any appliance, please leave it in the comments.